Hi everyone, this is Olive Branch. I'm bringing another live commentary, or rather live recording, with post-game commentary about the Kisho Ninja Corps, because I figured this would be another attempt at using my 6 Kisho Ninjas to try to flank the enemy at the shrine. I brought along 5 Naginata samurais, 3 Naginata warrior monks, 1 with Warcry, 4 Naginata attendants to act as meat shields and anti-cavalry, of course my general, and I have a little trouble trying to organize the last minutes there. I brought my trading post, a famous armory for melee, Monomi Spy to get better ninjas, 3 attack, 3 defense, and Ninja Jonin, which actually allowed me to field Kisho ninjas. The enemy brought Cold Snap, which reduced reload skill for all archers, and that's the first time I'm facing that retainer. And of course my bow cavalry, which is just vetted for reload speed. So I start the battle, and I realize my enemy started way over there, not in front of the shrine like I expected, so once again my plans kind of go to waste. I send my cavalry forward anyway, I keep my Kisho ninjas hidden, and unfortunately I'm going to have to catch up, and all of my other units are walking forward so I can keep them hidden as long as possible. My enemy seems to have brought a lot of Naginatas and spears, as well as bows, and I'm concerned because I don't see any cavalry. I think he's either hiding them to try to lure me out, or that's literally his entire army. For a second I thought he had brought all bows, like a previous enemy I'd fought, but not so. Here I decide to move my ninjas by walking closer to the enemy. But I realize, wait a minute, he might have cavalry over here in the right of his starting point. So I tell my ninjas eventually to stop walking and tell all my cavalry to run forward as fast as possible. So there, I just backspace. I told my ninjas, wait, let the cavalry scout. And I'm going to use my bow cavalry a little bit as bait. Instead I decide, well, my monk cavalry is nearby, they're good anti-cavalry, they'll be good to attack any yadis. So I decide to dismount my bow cavalry here to cap the shrine for myself. My enemy is just taking the long way around to the archery dojo. And I only recognize why later, and I think so will you. I'm splitting up my monk cavalry here between different patches of forest in the hopes of rooting out any ambushing cavalry. So I spent some time here just doing a little bit of recon. The rest of my infantry is moving forward, and when I see that he's moving over here, towards the archery dojo, I clue in, oh, he's got archers. He's going to try to do an archer-based attack. So I redirect all my units, except my cavalry, that way. I'm happy that I haven't seen any cavalry yet, so I'm moving my ninjas forward. And I'm capping the shrine pretty soundly. I'm still doing one last bit of checking though. And if you see up there on the top right, I'm just talking to another goonstein friend of mine, Trailus. I was asking if Fire by Rank or Rapid Volley were good matchlock upgrades, and he's saying, well, Rapid Volley is better, but it's very expensive though. And later on I decided I'm probably not going to vet my muskets to have all of that. My matchlocks, I should say. After capping the shrine, I accidentally dismount my Naginatas, and I have to mount them up again and mount my bow cavalry. And it's like I'm happy. I'm happy I have not seen any cavalry yet. I think it's safe at this point to assume my enemy has brought no cavalry whatsoever. I put my Naginata warrior monks into guard mode and move them closer to the enemy. My enemy knows I have cavalry, so I figure why not. So looking closer, the guy has a number of Naginata samurais, some 3 katana samurais, 2 bow warrior monks, fully vetted it looks like, a swordsman general, and a yari ashigaru and long yari defense. So I have no clue what he's planning exactly yet. So I'm just moving my cavalry forward. I know there's a lot of spears. I don't want to rush in for the so coveted early cavalry action that Fish Sandwich Patrol loves. So I have to take it easy. And I realize, oh, he's also got Daikyu Samurai. This guy brought all the long-range bows in his favor, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm lucky I brought 5 Naginatas to act as meat shields, or to act as arrow catchers, and 4 Naginata attendants, which were going to be anti-cavalry, but instead are just going to be meat shields for all those arrows for a while. So there's no rush. My enemy's just camping for now, so I'm just walking my troops over, especially because my ninjas are the ones that need to walk over. And I have no idea what the enemy's formation is yet, and you'll see what it is after I hit stealth and tell my ninjas to run because I'm getting impatient. Here's the enemy's formation. It's a new box. It's the first time I saw this in Shogun 2. He's set spears all around the edges of his archers. He's covered every possible cavalry entrance. He's got a corps of Naginata of katanas ready to rush out after the spears hold. And he may be thinking he's completely safe. He must be thinking I'm totally safe. But inwardly I'm so happy because I brought ninjas. And ninjas have, you guessed it, grenades. I tell my ninjas at this point to stop running because I'm afraid of stealth running out, and look at the timing. The stealth runs out like 3 seconds before I tell them to stop running. I thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty good timing. So yes, we're facing a noob boxer. It's the first time I faced him, and I'm gonna give him a nasty surprise for keeping his units tightened up like that. No cavalry to ambush, no cavalry to scout. He's defensive. He's playing defensively, and Fish Sandwich Patrol, I love your videos. I love your advice. You said playing defensively is a bad idea, and I think you will agree if you watch this video that it is a very bad idea, especially when facing a guy like me who likes to play with gimmicks. Explosive gimmicks. Ninja-y gimmicks, if you will. So my bow cavalry is walking up the forest here. He's moving his units forward. He thinks my Naginatas, attendants, and samurai are the only thing to worry about. He has no idea about the ninjas. We're still walking up calmly, and I'm just calmly walking up to this forest here to put my Naginatas there to be safe against the arrow storm. At this point, I figure I learned from the another comment on my video that bow cavalry, if you tell them to move, they automatically stop shooting the target you told them to, and they shoot any old target. So I take them off of fire at will and try to target the bow warrior monks. That does not work as well as I planned. They are getting a couple hits, but the bow monks are fully vetted. They're landing good shots on my Naginata Sams, and I think he thinks my cavalry is a bigger threat, and he's right. So he just reorganizes his new box a little bit, fully protected, and he just starts out shooting my cavalry that's slightly in the woods and kills about half of them in just a couple salvos. It's ridiculous. And now he whistle arrows for no reason whatsoever. Maybe he thinks I'm going to keep my cavalry there. But I don't, because I realize I've already lost about a third of my bow cavalry. Yeah, a third of my bow cavalry, and I only killed, what? 7 monks. Not a very good trade-off. And they're still reaching me at this distance, so I keep pulling my cavalry back a little bit. And my Naginatas are completely hidden, so he can't target them. And my ninjas are just about ready to go. I decide to keep him distracted a little bit from any possible ambushing by moving my cavalry around. Trying to get his attention. I try to go for another bow cavalry salvo, but my plan's quickly ruined. I pull back my cavalry to avoid any bow warrior monk spam or bow warrior monk salvos. And as soon as I see him reorganizing his bows, I say, fuck that, and I give up. And here comes the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm an aggressive player, I'm a bit impatient. I tell my Naginatas to run, or not run, but I tell them to keep formation, and I tell my Naginata attendants to run forward first to get the enemy's attention. Because if you're hitting them on one side, or you're moving your troops closer, the player is naturally going to circle his camera to face the direction the attack is coming from. In this case, my Naginatas are my Naginata attendants. Wonderful troop, by the way. I can't say enough about them as a meat shield potential. They're just taking the shots, they're taking the salvos, they're taking his attention. That's what I want right now. I want him to be paying attention to the front. Certainly not the wide open back he has, that my ninjas are slowly taking advantage of by stealth running right to the rear lines. And I think, buddy, you just spear boxed the wrong player. You're gonna get blinded and bombed and destroyed. Look at this. Look at the range on those things too. I blinded two of my Naginatas who are way far away, but I blinded almost his entire army. At this point, he may be wondering what the fuck is going on. I'm pushing at all angles, and I'm just bombarding the fuck out of his noob box. And I think he's seeing his numbers go down. He's like, what the fuck is going on? At this point, I don't let up. I tell my Naginatas to attack. He sends his general out of the noob box to attack my ninjas. This is not as bad idea as it seems, because my ninjas are a small number. He's a melee general. Ninjas are not very good against cavalry, especially not katana cavalry, but look at this. I'm attacking his weak spot, the Yari Ashigaru spear wall. Yari Ashigaru collapse when faced with any sort of explosive firepower, especially when it's 3 units of ninjas just bombarding them at range, not even engaging the fucking spear wall, just peppering them, and I've killed so many of them right now. At this point, yes, when I pull my ninjas back, he sends his katanas forward, or rather, back, to try to intercept. My general, I rallied, shooting those Naginatas. My ninjas are doing great. I pull my cavalry back. I was trying to use them as a routing unit, but I've completely nullified his ranged advantage. Now he has to rely on the force of arms, which is quickly collapsing because I just stand and fight. He's keeping his new box strong. My general is standing and fighting right in front of his Naginatas, and it takes him way too long to realize that. At this point, he brings his katanas forward. I send my cavalry in. He's got a wide open space here. And at this point, he sends his Naginatas to attack my general, and he does start killing them, but I kill his general first. His general shatters or breaks. I don't know what happens to him, but all I know is his general is out of the picture at this point. And his entire army collapses. His entire army just starts wavering, not that the general's dead. My ninjas broke the camel's back. He broke the spear wall's back. And I just like to taunt him a little. I call him the spear wall, smiley face. My general falls. And he says, ninjas, interesting. Ninjas, interesting. And I just say, aren't they just? Because it is just such a fun victory to beat a guy at his own noobish tactic. And I don't know. I mean, I think I consider it a noobish tactic, just camp there. But you noob boxed the wrong guy. Here are the statistics. Look at them for yourselves. You can judge the power of the Kisho Ninja Corps once again, and this time with some Naginata backup. And my enemy, only the Daikyu Samurai actually managed to do any dent in my army.